Thanks for joining us here on World Tech Update. I'm Nick Barber. This week we're coming to you from sunny San Francisco. We'll start with Amazon.com, whose sales last quarter increased, but losses also mounted. Amazon's overall sales were up 20% in the third quarter, but losses reached $437 million. One culprit, the company's new Fire phone. It didn't sell as well as expected and contributed heavily to a $170 million write-off for the company. The phone is practically being given away in the US. AT&T customers can get a Fire phone for just $1 with a 2-year contract. It also comes bundled with a deeply discounted Amazon Fire HDX tablet for $50. Apple Pay went live earlier this week, and our own Martin Williams got a chance to try it out. Let's take a look.
Apple Pay, the new NFC payment system for the iPhone 6 and iOS 8, went live in the United States today. And down here on San Francisco's Embarcadero, Visa and local bank Wells Fargo are demonstrating how the system works. In this demo, the amount of the transaction is entered into a retailer terminal. The customer just has to bring their iPhone close to the second terminal to initiate the payment, making sure to keep their thumb over the fingerprint sensor. That's what provides the security that means someone else can't use your phone to make their own payments. And with that, the receipt is issued. It's just that simple. Now, Apple Pay isn't the only NFC payment system out there. Google Wallet is already operating but hasn't achieved very much success. So it'll be interesting to see whether Apple Pay really pushes the market forward and drives any change from the competitors. In San Francisco, I'm Martin Williams, IDG News Service.
More cars are getting connected to the web, with AT&T signing up 500,000 vehicles to its 4G service between July and September of this year. The carrier began offering 4G service for GM vehicles in June, with pricing beginning at $5 a month for 200 megabytes of data. For that, the carrier estimates users can stream about 6.5 hours of music, 13 hours of web surfing, or thousands of emails. Prices rise to $50 per month for up to 5 gigs, and one-off daily passes are also available. Our colleagues at Greenbot had a chance to take a look at Sony's new Xperia Z3V smartphone. Let's see what their thoughts are.
The Xperia Z3V is Verizon's variant of the Xperia Z3, Sony's new flagship smartphone announced at IFA last month. Like the Z3, it features a 5.2-inch 1080p display, a fast-shooting 20.7 megapixel camera sensor, a Snapdragon 801 processor, and 3 gigs of RAM. It's also just as waterproof as the last batch of Sony devices, so you can take it everywhere with you and not worry about a thing.
Imagine a robot that doesn't need to be programmed but can learn to do certain tasks. The Rover is a 2-wheeled 3D printed robot that runs BrainOS from San Diego-based Brain Corporation. Inside the Rover is the B-Stem developer kit, a 3x3-inch printed circuit board with a Qualcomm Snapdragon S4 Pro processor. The B-Stem runs Ubuntu Linux and the company's BrainOS. In the first stage, when the robot's ears are red, it's listening and learning from human input. In this example, it's being driven around an obstacle course. After just a lap or two, it's able to navigate the course almost on its own, which is signified by its green ears. The company said it's focusing on consumer robotics, and the development platform will be launched to a small group of partners. It will be available more widely before the end of the year, but pricing and an exact launch date weren't announced. Well, that's our show for this week. Thanks for joining us here on World Tech Update. To find out what's coming up on every week's show, be sure to follow us on Facebook and Twitter. I'm Nick Barber, and for all of us here at the IDG News Service, thanks for watching, and we hope to see you next week.